Everyone, welcome to the video. It is currently Thursday, 5 p.m-ish, just finished work. I've got a high bar squat and close grip bench press workout, so it's basically like my accessory day. I'll probably do some arms or something like that afterwards. I mentioned in the last video, I'm currently peaking, which means that a lot of my accessories are just sort of light fluff work, nothing too major, nothing that's going to interfere with my main compound lifts. So I'm not going to be pushing too hard on anything today. Got a couple of singles, so I'm going to get that done. In terms of this video, if you could drop it a like, leave a comment, subscribe. I want to do something a little bit different today. I want to try and do some form of voiceover, take you through the workout, sort of explain bits and bats here and there. I'm not 100% sure if I'll even be able to do that, but I will give it a go. I will try my very best. So anyway, I will get warmed up, hit some numbers, and see you in the next clip. Alright guys, welcome to the voiceover. As you can see, I'm just warming up for some high bars now. I cut a load of reps out of here, so obviously I don't actually just warm up with singles. But this was a really tough day for me. I've been working out 4 days a week now. So Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays. Basically just squats, bench and deadlifts with all my peaking going on and things like that. But the fatigue is definitely getting to me. As you can see here, this is 150 on my back and it just doesn't feel comfortable at all. To be fair, any high bar is pretty awkward for me, simply because I am really tall. I've got very long femurs, and because of that I have to bend over to be able to keep the bar over my midfoot. So my hips are a long way away from the bar path anyway, which makes it obviously a very glute dominant exercise. One of the things that you see a lot in taller lifters is tipping over in the squat, and although this could be to do with a number of things, for me especially, it's to do with the fact that I have extremely weak knee extensors. So this is my 165, not a good single, nowhere near what I wanted to hit on this day, but this was actually my top set. It does not go well. But yeah, so I have extremely weak knee extensors. This is due to a couple of things, but predominantly the fact that I basically only squat for my legs in terms of hypertrophy, but also in terms of accessory movements. Basically, I just squat a lot. And when you do have long femurs, it makes it a much more glute and posterior chain dominant squat. So it definitely takes away the focus off the knee. Obviously, you're still going to have a lot of knee extensor work at the coming out of the hole of the squat. But then what happens is if your knees aren't strong enough to take that amount of force or that amount of weight, if they're not strong enough, then it shifts it back onto your glutes, onto your lower back, and that's what tips you over. So you see it in a lot of my squats, especially as the weight gets up, my knee extensors can no longer take that load, and they just shift it onto my glutes and my lower back, and that's what I need to do to get the weight up. So it's sort of like I think they call it like a good morning squat, where it's so lower back dominant. That's one of the reasons I do keep high bar in year rounds, even though low bar is my stronger and more competition style squat. So I do like to try and get some extra quad work. Obviously, I can't stay upright. If you're looking at these videos, I am definitely not upright at all. But one of the things I will be working on in my upcoming phases is trialing a front squat. These knee extensors, it's going to get to a point that because I'm not training my quads particularly in any squat, they're not going to get particularly stronger. They're not going to get a lot stronger in a squatting pattern. So that means that that's always going to be a weakness. So I am going to try and work that out over the winter, and hopefully that will carry over to a better squat. So this is now my close grip bench press. A couple of things you'll notice right away. I don't do these like a bodybuilder would. I don't tuck my elbows aggressively. It's not a super close grip. it is roughly 4 fingers away from my competition style grip. So why do I do that? For one, it's comp specific to an extent. There's all pauses. I think this is my top set of 110. Again, I was super fried on this day. But one thing I would say is that a lot of people think, well, close grip bench press, that's a tricep dominant exercise. And although that is true when you use a super narrow grip and tuck your elbows quite aggressively, a more powerlifting style close grip bench press will actually, although it will work the triceps more, it will actually work the chest and shoulders more in the same way, simply because there's an increased range of motion. So obviously with having your hands closer in, there's a longer range of motion. I can't get the same super aggressive arch as I normally would on a competition style bench, which further increases the range of motion. There's also more horizontal adduction of the arm, so the arm coming towards the chest with your hands being closer, which is going to increase chest activation. So all in all, although the close grip bench press is sort of linked quite closely to tricep work, I always think that it's going to smash the chest just as much. So if you are a powerlifter looking for a more hypertrophy style exercise, really give this a go. Your hands and elbows and all your joints still should be stacked in the same way you would with a regular bench, but it is just increasing that range of motion, especially if you're used to trying to cut it so aggressively. When you're a long arm lifter like me, you do have a tendency to try and do everything you can to get a shorter range of motion. Just skimming through my accessories here, I had some kneeling lat raises, plate shrugs, barbell curls and tricep extensions. I did my reps, so just sort of quick, super pumpy based, getting some blood into the muscles. Not wanting to do too much at this point. We are tapering down, trying to get rid of as much fatigue as possible. Just a couple of fun things to do at the end of a very tough workout. Max out's 1 week away now, so head down, aiming for them. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the video. That was a really terrible workout, so I hope I didn't just bitch and moan for the entirety of the voiceover. I feel like I probably will, but either way, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, drop me a comment if there's anything you want me to cover in upcoming videos, or just to say hi and tell me I'm terrible at this. That'd be nice too. Go and check out my Instagram at Thicc_lifting. I cannot promise you it will be any better than this. It's pretty terrible, but either way, please check it out. Drop me a follow if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video.